Pranks and horseplay were common, mostly motivated by a spirit of mischief. On one occasion, a man who had a rag and bone business with a pony and cart lived near to the bridge. He was often the worse for wear for drink. On one occasion, the lads of the village threw his cart into the river. Then they all went to the Colby Glen Hotel and sympathised with him. They later, of course, helped him to rescue the cart. We now journey up the river where it flows through a lovely orchard of trees and one-time tea garden. This is known as California. In earlier days, the picturesque cottage had a traditional thatched roof and whitewashed walls which dazzled in the sun. Many years ago, it was a tea garden for tourists and a popular postcard scene. It was an ideal setting, and the refreshments were appreciated by many visitors who travelled to Colby by train to walk up to Colby Glen. We've now reached Colby Mill, and I've just walked across Cannell's Bridge. Creers the weavers lived in Palm Cottage and used the thatched cottage adjoining as his weaving shed. His loom was preserved in the Manx Museum. The river just below at this point has a little sandy beach. Local people who had brought a stock of herring for salting and storing for winter usage came here to gut the herring, letting the offal float down with the stream. The result was dozens of eels, large and small, attracted by the herring guts. The river seemed to come alive with eels. Having mentioned Creer the weaver, Dub a Fither, or the Weaver's Pool, is a deep pool near the wheel at Colby Mill, just above Cannell's Bridge. The weaver used this dub for washing his yarn. To reach this pool, he would cross over the Packhorse Bridge built by the Cannells of Ballacannel. The records state that the right-of-way to Ballacalferrick must be wide enough to accommodate the passage of a horse with a sack of corn on either side slung on its back. So behind me is Dub a Fither. On one rather sad occasion, a man known for taking a drop of drink decided, fueled with alcohol, to go to Ballacorkish mines and get some dynamite so he could do a bit of fishing in this pool. The plan was to blow the trout out of the river at Dub a Fither. He lit a fuse to one of the sticks and was either too slow or misjudged his effort, for the dynamite exploded and blew his hand off. A lady of the village tore a linen bedsheet into strips and, binding the shattered stump, sent him to hospital, a delay of several hours. In those days there was little alternative. Transport was limited and ambulance work was very slow compared with today. Motor vehicles were scarcely heard of or seen. Colby Mill may have been built by the monks of Rushen Abbey, and it is mentioned in the manorial roll of 1511 as being occupied by MacCubbin the miller, Cubbin's Mill. Cubbin's Mill was one of two corn mills in the parish of Arbury. The other one was at Ballakindry, just above Ballabeg. On my left, you can see where the old mill pond used to be. Clearly it's now filled in, but there are some wonderful photographs. A great photograph of Cecil McPhee and his wife-to-be, Ethel Brideson, floating on the mill pond on a raft.